Hello students and friends. In this video, we will discuss a typical question involving a freely falling body. So the problem is, a coconut falls from the top of a 20-meter coconut tree with a zero initial speed. What is its speed 3 seconds after? We will let the acceleration due to gravity be equal to negative 10 meters per second squared. So here are the data given in the problem. The height d, which is 20 meters. The initial speed v naught, which is 0. The acceleration due to gravity g equals negative 10 meters per second. And the time t of 3 seconds. We are asked to find the final speed v after falling for 3 seconds. Okay? So doesn't the problem look simple? Alright. So how do we proceed answering the question? You may have learned that a body in free fall is in uniformly accelerated motion. Are you familiar with these kinematics equations? Equation 1 says the final speed v is equal to the initial speed v naught plus the product of acceleration g and the time t. Also, we have equation 2, which tells us that the square of the final speed, or v squared, is equal to the initial speed squared plus the product of twice the acceleration g and the displacement d. Each of these questions or equations looks appropriate in calculating the final speed v of the coconut because all the quantities in them except the final speed are known. So let's begin with equation 1. So using equation 1, the final velocity equals 0 plus negative 10 times 3 seconds. And we will get negative 30 meters per second. The negative here simply means that the direction of the velocity is downward. But of course, we are asked for the final speed, and therefore v is in fact equal to 30 meters per second. So at this point, we cannot help wonder why the final speed looks very fast. Is this speed a realistic value? Could it be the correct answer we're looking for? Alright, so why don't we use equation 2 to solve for the same unknown quantity, v final. Since the initial velocity is 0 and we're solving for v, the derived working equation is now v equals the square root of the square root of 2gd. That means 2 times acceleration due to gravity times the displacement. So we get the square root of this product. And treating the quantities as vectors, we have the substituted values as square root of 2 times negative 10 meters per second squared and multiply these by negative 20 meters. Okay, and this results to the square root of 400 meters squared per second squared. And so we get, for the value of the final velocity, which is negative 20 meters per second. But since what we need is the final speed, so we have speed v, final speed v equals 20 meters per second. All right? Notice that two different values Notice that two different values for v came out from using two equations. How could this be? One resulted in a value of v equals 30 meters per second, and the other, v equals 20 meters per second. They can't both be correct. And so, which answer is the correct one? Here's the way to verify and correct our possible mistake. We should have beforehand determined the time it would take for the coconut to travel or fall through a height or a displacement of 20 meters. Okay? Why is it necessary to first calculate for this time t instead of directly getting the final speed? Well, let's compute for the time t first. Using another important equation for finding the time t, which is the square root of twice the displacement divided by g. Alright, so substituting for the values, we get 2 or square root of 2 multiplied by negative 20 meters. Divide this by negative 10 meters per second squared, and we get square root of 4 seconds squared, and t equals 2 seconds as the answer. This means it takes only 2 seconds for the coconut to hit the ground after falling from a height of 20 meters. Okay? Yet, the question was asking for the speed after falling for 3 seconds. So logic dictates that after hitting the ground in 2 seconds, the coconut is already at rest in 1 more second. The time of 3 seconds given in the question is just actually a distractor intentionally included in the problem to test your logical reasoning. Since the question asks for the speed of the coconut after 3 seconds, our final and logical answer therefore must be equal to 0. Which means that in 2 seconds the coconut has already hit the ground and has come to rest in 3 seconds. So guys, next time when solving problems in physics, watch out for distractors or tricks that will test your logic and challenge your patience. Okay? So bye for now. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe